So the first thing that we're going to talk about today really quick is about the first time that I was ever around a Ouija board. Do you remember the first time that I told you?
Kind of.
All right, guys, you're in for quite a story. Okay. So it was the 1800s house, and I was living over there in the 1800s house. And in this time, I had a bunch of friends over and everything like that. And all of a sudden, my group of friends went upstairs into the spooky attic that nobody ended up like wanting to go into. And when I went up there was actually a wide open like Ouija board. Just like wide open. Looks like
in the middle of it?
Looks like somebody just like played with it or something like that, which wouldn't be too normal because like I lived with a bunch of paranormal like investigators and stuff. So they were probably like, let me use this Ouija board and stuff. But anyways, it was like wide open and stuff. And they say, I think like when it's wide open,
like it's ready?
It's ready. Yeah, so I went upstairs. It was me and my group of friends, and then all of a sudden, what do my friends do? All of my friends go straight to the Ouija board, and then they grab the Ouija board and they're playing with it. And I'm like, I'm not going to touch that Ouija board because everybody knows what happens when you touch a Ouija board. So what I did actually, I just like took my cell phone. This was a few years ago, and I like looked in the mirror right next to it because I was like, you guys have fun, I'll do my own thing. And I started to kind of like take pictures in the mirror of like myself, kind of remember this moment forever that my friends played with the Ouija board, right? In this crazy 1800s house. And so when I took like pictures and stuff, everything was normal. But then I go to like look back at my pictures, and I see like me just standing there in the picture. And then right there on the camera, I actually see that somebody wrote on the mirror, I died. And then they wrote DW, like their initials or something like that. And it was right next to the wide open, like, Ouija board right there. And I was like, okay, guys, let's go. I'm not doing this. And then I ended up, like, booking out of the house. But yeah, that was that. So what would you do? Do you think somebody literally, like, came from that Ouija board and just like wrote I died, DW, who's DW? And they wanted to let us know that they died. Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, the idea behind the Ouija board is you summon up the spirits, right?
Yeah.
So it's summoned up whoever DW
Get
is.
those answers.
And he wanted to let you know that he died. But at least he didn't show you what he looks like or how he died.
Don't they say that like mirrors are like portals too? So that was like one
I've heard
portal,
that.
And then the Ouija board was like another portal too. So
dual portals.
It was really creepy. I don't know. So that was my first time like messing with the Ouija board and stuff. Have you ever played with a Ouija board?
No.
No.
And I wouldn't. I'd stay the hell away from them.
No. But is that like the worst thing somebody could do? Is like, right, I died, DW?
No, that's not the worst thing.
Yeah, they could do a lot more.
They could do a lot worse. Yeah.
Alright, cool. So yeah, I'm definitely not gonna touch one again. That's actually not the first time I was around a Ouija board.
But you didn't touch it, right? You were just around it.
Yeah, I was just around it, but like obviously something happened and somebody just wrote I died, DW.
Death.
I don't know. So if anybody knows who DW is in
let
Connecticut, let us know. In Vernon, Connecticut. There you go. So, actually, there was another time I was around a Ouija board, actually. I was at, like, my friend's birthday party, and it was, like, a sleepover, and all of them ran downstairs to go play with the Ouija board, and I was like, I'm not touching the Ouija board because
of what happened to you, Bryce?
And, I was, like, upstairs and stuff like that, probably watching, like, a comedy show, so I could, like, chill, and then, all of a sudden, I hear all of the girls just, like, scream at the top of their lungs. They're like, oh, my God, and they, like, run upstairs, and I was like, what just happened? And they were like, the Ouija board, we just, like, opened it, and it just, like, disappeared, like, in front of us, like, immediately and stuff. Like, it was glowing, and then it just, like, disappeared completely, and I was like,
shit.
Yeah, I know. So there's definitely, like, weird things with, like, the Ouija board. Have you guys ever dealt with, like, a Ouija board or something like that? I don't know. I don't know what happened. somebody came out of the Ouija board and wrote I die DW, and then the other one is it just mysteriously like disappeared in front of them. So I don't know. Want to play a Ouija board?
No.
That's what we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna play a Ouija board.
I'm leaving tonight.
Alright, so let's see what the second ghost story is gonna be. Okay, so I told you guys what I was going to do is actually just go ahead and tell you guys the 3 scariest moments that I had ghost hunting in the 1800s house. The same exact 1800s house that had the Ouija board, also had the I died DW, also had the experiences and everything like that I mentioned before in our first podcast and all of that. So this place was definitely an interesting place to live. Lots happened, but we did a lot of like ghost hunting and everything like that over the weekends because they were together and stuff, and yeah, we just always did it every weekend. Why not?
This was your mom and her boyfriend, right?
Yeah, okay. He was a ghost hunter. So we lived in a haunted house, and what we did is we ghost hunted every single weekend because why not? Let's do something for fun. Hi, guys. Good to see you guys. Hey. What's up, guys? All right, cool. So we're going to tell you the craziest little ghost stories. So on top of like the Ouija board and the I died DW, so the first scariest time that I had when I was ghost hunting in this 1800s house over here in Connecticut would definitely be this time that we were we were ghost hunting, and we had a spirit box. You know what that is?
No.
No?
I've heard of it, but I don't know.
Okay, it's like a little machine, ghost hunting machine, and like it has radio frequencies and it goes in and out.
Oh, so it like goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it make like a noise if like a spirit's around?
Yeah, exactly. So like the spirits, like their energy, it takes a lot of energy for them to like talk to us and stuff. So what they do is like use that energy to like come through and like talk to us. And the ghost hunters that we were with were like, how do we know it's like not the radio and it's like the ghosts themselves? So he made a really good explanation on that. He was like, if it's like a whole entire conversation, then it probably wouldn't be like a radio coming like in and out and stuff. So so that's what happened. And this one time we were go ahead and using it in the 1800s house, and we were in my bedroom at the time, and I just met with a psychic for my birthday who actually told me that I have a lot of spirit guides who like follow me and I should be really grateful. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And when I was in my bedroom, we had the spirit box, and I told my mom's boyfriend at the time, and I was like, let's find out who follows me. And the psychic told me that it was actually someone from my past life, and we were like together, but like I came back to this life. And they didn't want to come back. So that's kind of like what they told me or whatever. So I was like, let's find out. Like, let's see what happens. Let's see who's here, who follows me all the time. Hi. They're probably here right now. It's just like, what's up? I'm a celebrity. Like, so what was going on was we were in the bedroom, and we were all like grouped up together and stuff. And so I was like, let's find out. And he goes, okay, guys, so who follows Brittany? And the spirit box just goes, kind of like in and out with the radio waves and stuff. And like sometimes like little words will come through or something with like a radio station, or like classical music or something like that. But again, he said you'll know if it's like a consistent like conversation. So the spirit box just goes, me. And that was kind of like weird. We're like, and we kind of just like stop and we're like, who's me? And so he goes, who's me? And then the radio goes like in and out again and stuff. And then we hear Chris. And we were like, what? Like, who's Chris? And we were like, okay. He actually asked the question, how old are you, Chris? And we got an answer. It was like 17 or 70. It was 17 or 70. It was like one of those.
Either a teenager or about to die.
I don't know. So, like, the psychic said that we were really young, like, when everything, like, ended and stuff in the past life 17. And stuff. So, probably, like, 17. I think I was 17 at the time. But the creepiest part about this is all kind of, like, cool information and stuff. But the creepiest part about this is when he actually asked the machine and he was like, okay, Chris, cool that you're here. Where are you? And, he goes, behind you. In the machine, he just goes, behind you. That's what we hear. And we all just kind of go, what? And I kind of, like, look behind me. I'm like, what's here?
Shit.
And, yeah, so I don't know. I've always felt, like, really protected from it and stuff. But it's weird how you, like, see a psychic who says, okay, there's somebody in the past, you were together in the past, and he watches over you, makes sure you're good and stuff. And we did the ghost hunt and stuff, and we got all of the answers right there, and it was all in my bedroom.
It all connected.
But you know what's, like, the weirdest thing is that, like, every time we did this ghost hunt, because we did it every weekend, we would always start off with, like, can you say this person's name? Like, say any of our names really quick right here. And we would just hear Brittany. Like, immediately. It would always just, like, be Brittany. There would be, like, 10 of us in a room, and it would just be, like, Brittany right away. And I'm just like, why?
Why is it always me?
What's up? Can I help you? But, yeah, so that was that. So, yeah, what do you think?
I mean, I think you've been really lucky in life, and I think he's just watching out for you. So I'd feel safe, too.
Yeah. What confirms it? Like, the psychic?
I mean, yeah, that's a huge coincidence for the psychic to be like, hey, there's this person that you were with in a past life, and they're always with you. And then he just confirmed, hey, I'm Chris, I'm right here. I'm 17 years old, I'm right behind you.
Or 70.
Or 70. I'm going to go with 17 to make it less creepy.
But yeah, so it was really creepy. I slept in